Auzubillahi minash-shaytanir-rajim. Bismillahir-rahmanir-rahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. You're welcome to my program. So I'm just gonna be continuing from where I stopped on the marriage series. I've done one series. This is the second series. May Almighty Allah accept it for me. I was talking on the kind of people that we can marry as a Muslim, or the people that we can't marry as a Muslim. So I'm gonna go to the next one, not to waste much of our time. So we, as a Muslim, we cannot marry. As a Muslim male, you can marry the Jews and the Christian as a Muslim male, but it's usually recommended that if you don't have a strong iman, if you don't have strong faith, that you should actually stick to the Muslim instead of marrying the Jew or the Christian. By the way, you cannot marry a mushrikin, a non the idolater. You can't marry them. It's forbidden. You cannot marry the idolatress under any condition. But you can marry the Jew or the Christian. But most of ustaz and ulama, they usually discourage that. But Allah does not go against that. So if you feel that your iman can take it, you can marry them. But there are bad sides to that. The fact that, as we all know, research has shown, even we've seen it, that men usually die earlier than women. About 70%. In the majority, they usually die before their wives. So you can imagine if you marry a Christian, what is going to be the fate of your children when you are gone, when you are no more. So brothers needs to be very careful on that. The other point is that a Muslimah, under no circumstance is completely forbidden, cannot marry a non-Muslim, whether Jew, whether Christian, whether idolater. You cannot marry a non-Muslim. It's forbidden. It's completely forbidden for a Muslim sister to marry a non-Muslim brother. That's completely forbidden. You cannot hide under the condition that, okay, listen, I'm going to convert him, or he has agreed to convert to Islam. You can't do that. That's not. It's actually, you are committing zina for as long as both of you are married. Yeah, the marriage is not valid as far as Islam is concerned. You cannot marry, as a Muslim lady, you cannot marry a non-Muslim. You cannot, under no circumstance, you cannot. The other kind of people that we are not allowed to marry is, you cannot marry two sisters at the same time. For example, the first wife is a sister from the same mother, the same father. The second wife is a sister from the same mother and the same father, or even so. You cannot marry that in Islam. That is not acceptable in Islam. The only condition that you can marry two sisters is when one of them dies and you willingly marry the brother, when one of them dies. But you cannot marry both of them at the same time. The idea of Oshukbo in Yoruba doesn't arise here. The other limitation to the people we can marry is that you can't marry your mother-in-law. It's completely forbidden. Even if somebody dies, the mother of your wife, if your wife died, the mother of your wife, you cannot marry her under no condition. If anybody have a contrary view on this, I'm open to education on that. So I'm willing to be educated on that. But you can't marry your mother-in-law, even if the wife die. Yeah. So that's not allowed in Islam. You can't do that. So basically, those are the people that we can't marry, as I say. And so your mother-in-law is completely forbidden for you. Yeah. So basically, those are the people that we can or we cannot marry, and this is very, very important. We need to pay particular attention to this, because any marriage conducted in violation of this dictates by Allah will not be valid. We call on Almighty Allah to accept our ibadah, to accept our marriage, to bless our marriage. Wherever our marriage are problem, there are problem marriage, and there may Almighty Allah help us to fix this marriage. So I'm going to come to the end of the second part of my marriage series. Inshallah, at some point in the future, inshallah, I'm going to go to the third part. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.